near
I
downtown,
mean, there's
our
a lot
community.
to be said for it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, and it is important. I mean, we've got, there are some loopholes that actually state, I mean, that doesn't give these people any protection. And it's kind of a sad deal. And, like I said, it's being worked out throughout the state. Like I said, there's being a vote tonight in Moab. And whatever Moab
And we're
decides to
not
do,
Moab.
we're not Moab.
No.
Yeah,
And we're Tory. And
Yeah.
that's basically, I talked to a lot of people, and all up and down the state. I've talked to the Tribune, I've talked to everybody.
You can water it down all you want to, though, and the bottom line is either we do discriminate or we don't want to discriminate. Doesn't matter if it's one sentence or 14 pages. It's a statement that we're a tolerant and accepting community.
Why do we need
Why
to
do
stay
we
on
have
that?
we
We
have
can't
that
If
statement?
you are, then why, if you are accepting and tolerant, then why do you care that there's a piece of paper that
Then
says?
why do
so?
we need to put a
Put one in
specific
there for
group in
me.
there?
I think
And for an old white guy over 60.
You're yes,
Yeah.
the Civil Rights Act, Don, we all have protections.
No,
Sure.
so
Everyone
So
has.
they
Aren't
have
they included in
No, they're
that?
not.
Why don't
They're
they? Yes,
people
they
just
are.
like
Sex,
we
no,
are.
they are not, Jeff.
They,
Under
you're
the
right.
equal
Sexual-
rights, they are.
No, it is
they're
not.
not.
It is
She
nobody-
is correct that they're not
Sexual
included
orientation is
specifically
not
in
the
that.
same as gender.
But tonight
and
I
sex.
talked to one person and they said, for instance, I have a child who has abused drugs. And when they come in contact with different people, they have been discriminated against. I have an uncle who has abused alcohol and they have been discriminated against. I heard various things that said, why aren't they included in this? The one
Why
about
aren't drug
California,
abuse-
you said was trivial, but I really don't feel that it's trivial when we're talking about
What did
drug
I say was
abuse,
trivial?
alcohol abuse,
What did I say was trivial?
the example of the guy from California that they're
It's a
discriminated
hunter from
against.
California,
Was
so he would like an
discriminated
ordinance.
Against,
Keep
well,
him
it's
from
just
to-
one example, but examples that I heard tonight were
These are the way
where I
people-
have
this is
people in
people's-
my family and different families who have these things that aren't written into the EEO federal policy, that are discriminated against, such as people who have been sex offenders, drug abusers, alcohol abusers, but are
It's
now
not the same as being
law-abiding
born the way
citizens.
that a person is, Danita, it's not the same thing.
These people were born with that.
With a drug addiction?
With the
Yeah.
deaths, with the
With genes for it,
with
they do.
genes for
Yeah, they
that,
are.
absolutely. It's a proven
We know
fact through
alcoholism does
federal.
run in families.
Uh-huh.
Sure, it's,
It's a proven example, and
Okay, is
they're
there any more
not.
comments? We'd like to kind of, I've got a work meeting I'd like to move into.
I feel this
so-
is very important because it's an ordinance and it's been brought to a public meeting where people in 45 minutes, 24 people did not understand that. And they weren't in agreement with what they says. They're in agreement with, let's treat everyone with equality. We are a loving community, let's treat everyone with equality. But if we're going to include this one section of people, whether it be sex offenders, drug abusers, a guy from California, whoever it is, let's include everyone. But it's too much of a policy to have for a 16-page report for us to do that, and to include just one section, which actually excludes many other sections, which are scientifically proven to have the same type of gender.
Okay, well, once
you
it
wanna
makes
write
it
one for
onto
drug
the
abusers,
agenda,
then you
then
can.
we can discuss it
I
further.
don't feel that we need one
Okay, and if
for-
you guys wanna
for 20
discuss it,
different ones.
that's fine. I'd
I
like
feel
to
that
go
this
ahead.
needs to be on the town recording, that's why.
Well, like I said,
Okay, be
we
on
kind
what
of.
town?
But it needs to be on the comments, specifically that there are other scientifically proven areas that we're excluding when we
Like I
include
said, you
this.
can bring those when we put it on the agenda, it would be fine. But,
I'm concerned
Appreciate it.
because it's gone through 2 motions already and then an agenda. If I'm out of town for a while and that happens, I'm concerned that that could go through.
well, just, if you're concerned about it, call Paula, make that a request, we'll make sure you get notified.
Okay, and I
Put
would
you on
like,
the
We'll be
mailing list.
accommodating.
and I would like also that those names that have, be put in a place that's kept,
If
it's
you-
the only copy that I have.
Keep it in
Well,
I
a folder.
we'll make you a
Copy of it.
copy, we'll make us all a copy, it'll go into a file, we've got an
I
ongoing
think
file.
just that in a file would be enough that says, you know, that there, I don't need a
would-
copy.
I would feel better if you held on to one too,
Oh, okay,
Yes.
Okay.
just so we don't have to.
okay, Paula or
Have that
somebody,
question.
if you want me
I
to.
have a
Okay.
file for the anti-discrimination, and people who write letters for it and against it, so if any of you council members have any, I need to get them in there, so that when time comes for us to act or do something, we have information, you know, as to how the people feel.
So how are we gonna do that again?
She has
I mean,
a
how,
file.
can we close the meeting, then
You can, okay, you're gonna say,
tell me what I'm gonna say?
okay, if there are no more.
If there's no more comments, we wanna close this meeting, we're gonna go
I'd like
into a short work
We're
meeting.
going to adjourn this meeting.
We're gonna adjourn this meeting. Why don't you just say it for me? I'll say it. We're gonna adjourn the meeting, and go into a short work meeting, just to kind of discuss some issues, so. We appreciate you coming
It's not a
out.
closed meeting.
Nice to
It's
see
just
you.
a work
Meeting
meeting.
adjourned.
If you wanna
Call
stay, you can
okay.
stay, you can stay for the work meeting.